Hello Divine Being, my name is Juha Riverhill and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to speak about the root chakra. If you haven't checked the first video yet, where I tell in general about all chakras and my point of views, how they function and what kind of a maintenance they have energetically, I would recommend you to watch that first. And then after that you can pick any chakra you want and you are interested in. But then root chakra is, for us, it's really vital because I call it the home of fears or home of safetyness or refuge. And why do I say that is because in a spiritual development, all our fears are actually located in a root chakra. We might feel fears in the different spots in our body, but they're actually dwelling from our root chakra. But then what fears are, I have a great video about fears, you should check it out. Fears are actually coming from that you are not aware of something. Our root chakra is actually located beside our tailbone, and that area is also hidden in some way. And fears usually are hidden in our physical body and hidden in our emotions. And fears are something in a spiritual development that needs to be healed, needs to be accepted. And this root chakra has few dimensions that I would like to mention here. Root chakra is actually working and maintaining our intestines. And intestines are really important and vital to us because in a large intestine, for example, we have our emotions and our self-esteem is located there. And when we are talking about intestine in general, it's really sensitive area. For example, our brains are sending message to our duodenum, and when they are sending this message through, then our duodenum is telling it to our, for example, to our large intestine or small intestine that we are in stress. And especially when that happens, our large intestine is sending message back to our brains that we have a stress. So it becomes a circle, you see. And after that, our cortisol levels, so the stress hormone is getting up, for example, and then our adrenaline is getting up also. And that increases so-called alert in our body. It's an alert system. It wakes up, and when this alert state is going on, then our whole physical body starts to get stressed because our brain sending this message first, and then they are pumping it from each other, from brain to intestines, and intestines are sending back the same message. So soon and slowly we started to get more stressed, and our physical body reacts. And when that happens, that usually also blocks down the root chakra. Our grounding starts to get lighter and lighter, and it goes away. And root chakra is usually it's getting a little bit reddish because your fears are rising, and the stress level is rising up your fears also. But then this root chakra, so it's really important when we are talking about our emotions, self-esteem and self-respect. And when we are talking about self-respect, it's one of the major keys to our spiritual development, because that is one major piece of puzzle to our self-image as a human being. And as a human being, we need to develop ourselves first, because if we start to only develop ourselves towards spirituality without dealing our lower emotions, our fears, belief systems and some other things, that we possess in our lower chakras, then we don't have the sort of solid base or the ground where we can step up and start to develop ourselves as spiritual beings. So first of all, we need to make that basement, as you might call it, basement or the base. We have to fix it. We have to make it strong and solid. And the key to that is obviously so that we deal with our fears and self-esteem and our spiritual lessons that we have as our soul lessons. And when we have deal with them, then our base is more stronger. So also root chakra develops, and when root chakra is getting stronger and our fears are going away, and when we get our root chakra fixed, it means that we have dealt with our fears. And we have found the way of rethink things, and we have found a way to see things differently. But root chakra also have some colors. So like I said, every chakra has a color that is telling something about it, but what we should be aiming for here in the root chakra is also the golden energy, the Christ energy, or the 8th level or 8th dimension energy that we need to put into there. And what also is important, that we deal with our fears and we deal with our things, we also need to think about that we are always safe. Like I said, the root chakra is also the home of refuge or safetyness. And when we are safe, when we are feeling it, we are sensing it in every aspect that I am safe. It means that also energy, this Christ energy, you can call it also in a Christian way, you can call it Holy Spirit, the energy of Holy Spirit. And when we are thinking about that, it's so simple. In a Holy Spirit, or in a high Christ energy, or in a loving light energy, we feel safe. We have no rush anywhere. We are only in a peace. We are in a moment. That's why root chakra is also really important when we are talking about grounding. So if you think that you are bad at grounding, and you think that you can never ground yourself properly, then you should think about that. Well, do I have fears? Because fears might be blocking that grounding. It's one of the major things that we need for grounding, is that we have peace in ourselves. We have this safetyness. We can feel the safetyness in us. And this safetyness that I called refuge, it's really important. Be in eternal refuge. We can be safe, we can be feeling comfortable, and we can feel that everything is fine, everything is okay. That's really important. But then when we are speaking about root chakra, those different colors mean something. And when it's red, like I said, when it's really red, bright red color, it means that person has less than 10 fears. There might be some major fears like refuge, or the safetyness might be one of the things that you are going through, physical safetyness or spiritual safetyness. Or then you might have some economical problems, you might have problems like that, and they are those root fears that we are talking about. But then when you develop all your fears, you love them, you release them, and you accept them, let them go, and so you deal with them. Then the color will start to change to golden. Then the golden energy, or there might be before that some kind of a blue energy or sky blue energy, that is energy that tells that there's a lot of intelligence energy. You're using your brains but not your emotions yet so much, but you already done with the most of the fears. And then the color will start to change to golden yellow. And when that energy comes, it means that you have started to love your fears, you love yourself, you are in a safetyness. And then that is one of the 3 steps to enlightenment. You need spiritual enlightenment, that you are in safetyness, you are in a safe place, you are in a refuge, like I said. And when you are in that energy, then the golden energy starts to form as a flower. There will be golden flower. And behind that, in the background, there will be violet energy. And that is one step to enlightenment. So those are also the colors of enlightened person. But then, again, when we are talking about root chakra, before we develop ourselves, before we get our fears under 10 fears, the color will be black. So don't wonder why. Those 3 lower chakras, they will have this black color before you start to develop them. Before you start to concentrate on those energies, those things you need to learn there. Root chakra, as every chakra, are also maintaining some organs, energies and inner organs we have, but actually it's concentrating on maintaining the intestine, the food digestion, and also it's taking care of the pelvis area, hips, and your lower body, so it's taking care also of your legs, knees and ankles and all that. But that's that about the root chakra. I hope you got some new ideas about this chakra, and I also have this website, juhariverhill.com, if you want to find out some other stuff I have there. I hope you got some new ideas about root chakra, and check out the other videos about the chakras. All the best to you. Thanks so much. Bye. No sano mikä se on. Duodenum. Elä hoita sitä vaan, siis no duodenum. For example, our brains might be sending to our duodenum. Vittu mikä sana. Taas on keksinyt. Mitä se kirjoitetaan? Näytä musta. Duodenum. To our duodenum. What the